I sneak sips of my co-worker's breast milk from the lunchroom fridge.
You know, this turned out... Okay, I'll leave it deleted on, but apparently this was actually a Blizzard. I am not... the company Blizzard's World of Warcraft.
Was it?
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so.
She just had a baby a couple of months ago and will pump on her breaks at work in the bathroom and put her milk in the refrigerator at work in the lunchroom. I take my lunch later than everyone else just to be alone in there and take a sip or two of her sweet breast milk. Thankfully there are no cameras and I've never been caught. I've had a breast/lactation kink as long as I can remember, and I know this is wrong and probably illegal, but it turns me on so much. Ugh.
Is it illegal?
I don't know. Probably.
It's borderline minimum.
I also know that if I get caught, I will lose everything. I never intended to do this, but I had to take late lunch one day. I opened the fridge and there it was. Just seeing it in the bottle made me so horny. I already thought she was super hot, but pregnancy made her so much sexier. Her breasts, hips and ass all got thicker. I had to taste her milk. I couldn't stop myself. I quickly looked around and no one was in the lunchroom or coming down the hall. I opened the bottle and took a taste and it was so good. I got so aroused I immediately ran to the bathroom and jerked off with the taste of her sweet milk on my tongue. I've done this multiple times per week, over a month now. I know this is wrong, but I can't stop myself. I wish you were my wife, so I could breastfeed from her every day. Her husband is so lucky. Edit. A few of you guys told me that I'm contaminating her breast milk, which you are, and could make her baby sick. Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, is it illegal? It's creepy as sin, but is it illegal?
This isn't the same sort of line that I'm thinking of, but let's say that you collected your spunk in a little jar.
I'd be really concerned.
And somebody was drinking from it.
I don't know what to think of that, honestly. I have no idea. Is it illegal?
She's collecting this for her baby.
Yeah, look, there's far worse stuff coming up, so let's hold judgments till later on.
Squeaky.
Look, this is one of those videos where I don't blame anyone for just tapping out because it gets pretty bad, okay? But let's keep going.
Hey, penis owners. Let's all get vasectomies. As penis owners, we're privileged with reproductive anatomy that most health plans, even state-provided ones, cover vasectomies. They can't keep uterus owners enslaved to the machine, breeding good little worker bees if we're all shooting blanks. If you've got an ID,
oh my god.
If you've got an ID and aren't planning to use it for reproductive purposes, consider getting the old snip to make sure you'll never subject our whim-owning comrades to a state-mandated pregnancy.
I love the way this is an anti-work. You know what this is? This is like, I'm gonna own them all.
I'm gonna own them all by not reproducing. Yes!
Yes! I won! You know, it's like, why are you hurt? Like, honestly, let's be serious. These type of people, it's probably better off. And anyone that actually takes this sort of advice, probably better off.
Yeah, but do it.
If I be honest with you, do it. Man. Yeah, go for it. I could only actually recommend it to someone that would take this seriously.
Yep. Am I the asshole for grounding my 12-year-old daughter because she wants to buy sex toys online and being mad at my wife because she encourages it?
Right, so that sounds bad, but wait till you see the top comment.
So the top comment is, you're the asshole. You really totally fucked up, man. This isn't 1950. If your 12-year-old wants to masturbate and have a vibrator, then you have to support her. If you're uncomfortable with talking to your 12-year-old about sex for your own reasons, then you need to let your wife make those decisions. And I highly suggest you talk to someone professionally about why your 12-year-old sexually maturing makes you uncomfortable.
Well, let me just tell you about you are an absolute bigot, you're a homophobe, you're absolutely everything. Now get your child so I can get off to it, please.
I know, that's
honestly what it sounds like to me.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, you know, that's the you know, it isn't even the Reddit mentality, it's the, you know, that Twitter, it's more of a Twitter thing, I would argue. The worst thing that ever happened, genuinely, to the internet was...
12-year-olds should be out just on their bikes playing in the street.
No, you are a bigot, Megan. I'll have you know that is very discriminatory. I'll have you know that. How dare you even think such a thing?
Oh, I'm gonna have a headache after this video, guys.
Are you not aggressive like myself?
No, I'm not.
I'm very forward thinking.
I am a bigot.
I am so forward thinking, Megan. You won't. I can see in the fourth dimension.
Put me down in the top tier bigot because
yeah.
My 26 male, wife, 24 female, hates that I interact with her Instagram posts. My wife is an Instagram influencer. She gets a lot of likes and comments, and she posts a lot of spicy content. God. I've told her...
much. What else is to put on this?
I've told her several times it makes me uncomfortable how much people objectify her online, but I'm not ever going to tell her she can't have her Insta anymore because it means a lot to her, and she works hard for it. I told her it stings a little when dudes who follow her also follow me, so they know that I'm her husband, comment things like, "I love you, my queen." And
show bubs. Sin bubs.
And she likes the comments. Like, I get that it's just the internet, but it still hurts to see other men saying she's their queen, and then to see her encourage it. Well, recently I've decided to try and get past all that, and try to be more understanding.
Exactly. This guy obviously has a very bigoted mindset, very discriminatory, all the phobias.
Let your wife fuck other men. Sure,
yeah, exactly.
It's just normal.
Like, what? Why would you? How dare you think this?
How dare you don't let your wife short tits to random men on the internet?
It's not the 1950s anymore, guys. Okay, get with the fucking program, sweet summer child.
So I've been liking all the posts and commenting on all of them and replying to other people's comments on the posts. Like when I see some guy say, "You're so hot, I want to suck those things so bad." Instead of getting angry, I try to recognise that he's paying her a compliment, so I'll reply something like, "Oh yeah man, me too." One guy said, "I want to marry this chick," and I playfully replied, "Beat you to it." She came to me pissed yesterday and demanded to know why I was commenting on all of her posts and talking to other dudes in her comments. I explained I was trying to be more supportive and that I know that interacting with the posts more and leaving more comments and stuff helps the algorithm and gets her more exposure for her page. She said she doesn't need my help. That kind of hurt, like, damn, I'm not even allowed to interact with my own wife's Instagram posts.
What is she doing? I'm going to assume it's more than just Instagram.
I don't
What's the goals on Instagram?
I don't get why women who are married want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Am I just traditional trad wife? Am I the trad wife?
Yes.
Because I do not get this.
Yes, you wife in tier.
I don't get it.
I don't understand it either.
You're married. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want validation from other men?
The thing is...
Why the fuck did you get married?
The thing is, what I've seen an awful lot is these people are not in, like, desperate situations.
No.
The money isn't the be-all and end-all. Mm-hmm. And let's be serious, the vast majority of quote-unquote Instagram influencers really don't make that much money.
Especially if you've only got a couple of, like, 20,000 or something.
Yeah, like 20,000 sounds like an awful lot, but really you need to be talking like the 100,000.
Hundreds.
Yeah, honestly, you need to be in the millions before you actually...
Like 500,000 plus. And you'd be making...
Okay. Like, not like you would be making slightly more than minimum wage, if I'd be completely frank.
Yeah.
You know? Or at least that's what I've
But I just don't get women who are like this. I don't get it.
Well, Megan,
I get people are all like, "Oh...
Megan, you're not very sex positive, I have you know, and you're an absolute bigot. And
maybe I'm just an absolute prude.
Yeah.
I use birth control because I love sex and don't want children. And yes, I would abort without shame or guilt. Die mad about it. No apologies. I'm not an incubator. Edit. Holy shit, Reddit. This is a lot of controversy for women using birth control for literally what it was designed for. Thank you for the numerous awards. I'm amazed and humbled by your reply. It says a lot about where we are in history that it's struck a chord with so many people. It says that we're not alone.
See, Megan, I'm on the right side of history, unlike you. I'm completely justified in everything that I do because I am progressive, unlike yourself.
Please donate to organisations and politicians who continue to provide access to healthcare. And to all the forced birthers who made death threats, donations to Planned Parenthood have been made in your name. Since I don't have kids, I have money to burn. Thanks for making this a fundraiser.
See, okay, I don't really want to get into the whole abortion thing because that's just going to be an entire video. But see, that whole, like, abortion as a form of contraception is... It's ridiculous. There's no other word to describe it, but I would say it's just evil.
Let's just say whenever it passed, I went onto the wrong thread.
Oh, yeah, you did.
4chan.
Yeah, so she decided to go down and check out an abortion gore thread.
I didn't know it was a gore thread. Yeah. I went onto it and I seen videos and I was inconsolable.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I was nearly throwing up though how much I was crying.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I do feel like...
But I think people like this need to see them videos that I sing.
I do think a lot of people are divorced from the reality
They need to see what I sing.
It's not humane, to put it nicely. Like, let's be serious. You're putting it in a blender,
and people are people use it as a form of contraception.
There's
birth control out there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many means of contraception out there that, you know, are way more humane. Even a Plan B.
Yeah, whatever.
You can take it within 72 hours.
Yeah, whatever. Like, you know, there is options, but...
Before it's even formed, take a Plan B.
You know what it is? It is, it's sex without... It's sex without any form of consequences.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And therefore, because...
Like, for fuck's sake, we were together for how long?
We started going
8
out...
years. We were together 8 years, and we managed to avoid it for 8 years.
Yeah, that's why
because we both knew we didn't want kids yet.
Yeah, so that's why
8 fucking years, guys. We managed to avoid it.
I don't really have much sympathy for a lot of people. And anyone that I knew...
And I never took the pill.
Yeah.
It was other forms of contraception.
Yeah, exactly. There's other
means out there.
Yeah. Anyway, look, enough.
I could go on about this
all day.
All day.
Yeah, all day. But look, some of these get even worse. Let's just see what happens.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more monies to get more DACA, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs.
Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done! Well done! To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video.
Okay, so let's go over these interesting tattoos. So, what is that?
One has all, like, the sex symbols on it. Like,
yeah.
Female, male, whatever the fuck.
I'm going to assume that's the symbol for cum dumpster, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, well, the one he's tattooing says, all dick something. He's not quite finished on that yet. The next one says, pretty little cum dumpster.
Ah, say, I told you that wee symbol was... And then what's the bottom one? Community girl.
Community girl.
Look, she's providing... Look, see, this is why I'm very progressive, and what she's doing, she's going into communities and helping out...
Helping the community.
Helping the community. See someone like ER...
Caring the community.
Yes. Sure, that's what... They have that in Japan, sure. People that are, like...
Oh, yeah.
Proper disabled.
Yeah.
They've got nurses that go out and give them, like a wee wank and shit.
Yeah. Yes. I see a beautiful woman making this decision to cover her body in symbols and phrases that show she is sex positive. What I don't see is cringe. Nothing about this is cringy. If you find this cringy, you need to grow up and maybe read a book or two. This is the new world now. Deal with it. Let me ask you this. If this were a man tattooing Pussy Slayer, would you still react the same way?
Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
any fellow that would actually tattoo themselves like this is absolute. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't think so. Personally, if I were so lucky to be dating her, I bet she is wonderful in conversation.
Alright,
I would be encouraging her every step of the way to let others know how attractive she is, that she always gets laid. Rethink this. Mod out.
Mod out.
Ew.
Well, that's an average Reddit moderator for you guys. That's all I got to say. This is who's banned you, by the way. This is who's banned your account. Just saying. I'm like, honestly, let's be serious. So, 4chan mods aren't even any better.
Yeah, to be honest
with you. Moderators of any kind tend to be absolute trash, but you know, look.
My partner just had sex with someone else for the first time ever, and I'm overwhelmed with joy.
Good on you, man. Good on you. See, like, Megan, all my.
You're not going to get away with it.
Megan, all my...
No, you can't go fuck someone else, Jim.
Look, all my progressive ideas bring people joy and happiness.
Okay.
And your ideas are sad and angry. I fucking hate editors.
We've been together since high school. We've talked about this for a year. I was more reluctant. After lots of long, heavy talks, and some soul searching, I started facing my insecurities and codependency. Sunday was her first date with another guy. I felt so happy for her, and tonight she had sex with him. I was more nervous of what my reaction would be afterwards, but when she came home, those worries melted away. It felt great to bask in her glow. That boy stuck his dick in her after she's got the willy just oozing out of her. He's making a concoction. It's a witch's potion down there. I'm overflowing with joy. There will be work to be done, and not easy time, but man, this feels good. I'm so excited for this new journey and chapter in our lives. So is he letting her continue?
Yeah, of course. Megan, you need to be...
And then the top let's sort by best, the top comment. Fuck, that's so wholesome.
Oh my god. Like, see, this is the thing that I'll never understand. Like, you know what it is, right? I genuinely do believe that there's something in the... I think there's something in the water, man. I'm just going to be straight up with you. There's something in the water.
It's just Americans.
Like, I don't think I've ever came... Okay, I know one guy who's an absolute fucking freak when it comes to sex. But I don't know if I can talk about that because I know I'm like IRL. So, yeah. So I wouldn't speak anything about that. But that guy's a fucking that guy's a fucking freak. But like, you know, when it comes to like the Americans, there's something going on. I don't know what it is. Do any of you guys have any idea of what it is that causes people to turn into this?
You could always try being a Twitch streamer. I got $17,000 in inheritance from my grandmother a couple of years ago, and one of my hobbies was finding random streamers to shower with cash out of nowhere. I've learned, though, that it's best to do it randomly so someone who seems cool, then move on like Mary Poppins. If you get a crush on a woman and think you can buy her heart, you're going to have a bad time. It's a bit like when there's this cute, earthy college student who mostly streamed Hearthstone that I used to watch obsessively, and I eventually worked up the nerve to stop lurking and join chat. I broke the ice with $500 donation, and after a slow start, I found my groove and started riffing off everything she said, and kind of became something of an Ed...
Who's this? Ed McMahon? To her Carson?
Carson?
Well, what is this?
I'm only 32, but I'm pretty much an 80s guy at heart. And
is that like Pretty Woman or something? Is he trying to make a reference to?
Maybe. 80s guy at heart, and I need to send her about a dozen Wikipedia articles and YouTube links a day so she'd get all my references. Haha.
No, I bet you she watches them too. I bet you she combs through them wiki articles. You know, this is why I started doing these fucking videos, man. I'm not even joking. So I would send my friends story times and green texts, and no one would ever fucking read them. And that's actually how this channel...
Yeah, but the difference is just sending one or two. James is like would bombard people with like fucking 24.
Like, they were really funny, man, okay?
Anyhow, one of her many quirks was how she'd take tiny nibbles of food whenever she ate on stream, and I playfully tease her about how she was half rabbit. It became what I thought was a beloved inside joke in chat, and I made a couple fun compilation vids of her eating crossed with clips from the Bucky O'Hare show and Watership Down that synced up with her. I even paid $400 for a pixel art gif of her as a reader rabbit, which she played on stream once, nibbling away.
Once.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought she loved the joke just as much as I did, and I even had the gif artist do up a pic of us as rabbit bride and groom on top of a wedding cake. This was something to have in my back pocket 3 years down the line, well after we started dating. Don't worry, I wasn't crazy, folks. When I Google her old, Neopets, etc., nicknames she used as a teenager and sometimes used for Reddit accounts, etc. Today, and it was a post on a female streamer's forum about how there was a guy in her chat who was cool at first, but was starting to get way too obsessive and was starting to dominate the conversation and drive other people away, and how upset and conflicted she was because he seems really nice and well-meaning and doesn't realise how uncomfortable he was making her and everyone else. She has a brother who has Asperger's, so she's seen this kind of thing before and wants to know how to best gently suggest to him to tone it down without hurting his feelings. She then talked about how it's extra awkward because he basically been allowing her to make rent the last few months with donations, but it's to the point where it's not worth trying to make a living streaming if it means having to deal with him every day. The transition to feeling on top of the world, I just spent 4 hours straight fapping to what I thought was our inevitable honeymoon to like human garbage was dramatic, and I almost threw up, but just cried myself to sleep instead. The main thing is that she was happy, and like Jorah and Daenerys.
Jorah with... Oh my god.
She was happy, and like Jorah with Daenerys, I needed to leave her be. I still lurked, of course, and watched her stream 5 hours a day until, of course, the end of the month came around, and from her comments on financial advice, Reddit knew she was getting desperate, and she started nonchalantly noticing my absence and saying, Malgo?
Malgo?
Where are you? Someone needs to start putting his picture on milk cartons, ma'am. Ha ha ha. There's a particular streamer I knew she strongly disliked. He was pretty much the opposite of her in every way. My crush was a lot like Felicia Day, and this woman, Felicia or Felicia, I don't know, and this woman was pretty much the archetype of the intimidating FPS chick.
Intimidating FPS chick? Is that you? That's you? Yeah, Megan's pretty sweaty at call, not gonna lie.
This woman also ended up dating a male streamer she had a massive crush on, and she pretty much saw her as being opposite of all the insecurities she had about herself. Anyhow, it was pretty glorious to lurk in her chat and see her reaction when it blew up, with people going, holy shit, Malgirl just donated $700 to FPS chick. Just a look of utter confusion on her face would have broken my heart if I didn't know how duplicitous
what the fuck is he trying to say?
She truly was. She ended up PMing me, what's going on? What did I do? After sending screenshots of all her forum posts, I almost didn't want to include her wedding picture and truly make her live with regret for the rest of her life after realising I saw her as wife material. We've both moved on. She finally started streaming again and has a job in the gaming industry.
Of course she does.
And I think I finally found my future wife who I'm going to spend my remaining inheritance on. But it's still tragic to realise that the one real shot at true love either of us will probably have in our lives was ruined by something as silly as poking fun at how a person nibbles their food.
Am I like, guys? So, like, see if any guys, like, imagine, like, could you imagine, like, working your entire life, working, saving up your money, you retire, you don't even go mad, you don't even blow that money, and you decide, you know what, no, I'm going to keep this money, and I feel like if I can leave my children and grandchildren 17,000, that would be a great start in life
for them.
And that would honestly, really that's something that I never had. This is something that I would be able to.
It's a stepping stone for them, maybe.
It will get them ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and everyone knows, like, money doesn't buy happiness, but it fucking helps a lot of the time. So let's do that. And then you find out, imagine, like,
spending on the e-girls.
Oh my god. But check out the models, by the way, guys, to help. I may not be an e-girl, but I'll be an e-girl for you guys. If you want, like, you know, like, join the Telegram, sure, and I might post some feet pics for you.
Apparently, fighting on the Ukrainian side is a small person, whose locals are calling him Midget Mangler of Kyiv. As he has been dressing up and pretending to be a small child while approaching Russian soldiers, he then, being face to face with their private parts, bites their cock and balls and leaves them all mangled up. Sources say he has had at least 4 cocks and balls in his mouth. Godspeed, Midget Mangler.
Like, this one isn't even from Gatton or anything. I just thought it was really fucking funny. Like, I just wanted something, like, positive to end on. I really like doing these. I think it's a nice change of pace because I really do enjoy hyper cringe.
Yes.
I really do.
I love a bit of cringe.
And there's something about... People really do...
Just Reddit's cringe in general.
There's something about Reddit. There is something, and it's a hive mind mentality, and they're so hyper progressive to the point where it's not even funny anymore. It's like, actually, you're kind of freaking me out, guys. Can you, like, rewind a wee touch?
Can you stop?
This is why people call you groomers, okay? Unironically. You know, there's some really sketchy stuff. I don't know, the problem is we can't really talk about this on YouTube because it's YouTube, of course.
Yeah.
I need to find a new platform. We really need to find somewhere where you can actually, like...
Sometimes I just feel I need to get off the internet.
Yeah, honestly. But, look, guys, let us know what you thought. If you have any of your own...
What are your opinions on the posts that we wrote? Or we read?
wrote?
No, we read.
These are my fantasies.
Well, let us know what you think down below. While you're down there, check out the links to the website. Please. There's lots of new models out. Go have a look and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.